A very beautiful morning to you. Thank you once again for joining us on Wales Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're reaching live from Wales Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Welcome to Perspectives Unlimited. Perspectives Unlimited is that platform where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of some of the stories across our various national dailies in a bid to keep you abreast about happenings all around. So alongside with our analysts in the studio this morning, we will be delving into our national dailies. My name is Toluwaleke Alli. You can watch us live on Facebook at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wales Radio 893 FM fan page. We're live on Facebook, and also we're live on YouTube at Wales Radio 89.3 FM, at Wales Radio 89.3 FM. So ensure to check it out and drop your comments as we go on the show this morning. First, let's take a look at the front pages across some of our national dailies this morning. All right, let's begin from the front page of the Vanguard. Debt heads for 180 trillion naira as Tinubu seeks fresh 34.15 trillion naira loans, and it has two riders. Federal government's debt service to revenue deteriorates to 131%. Experts urge caution on future borrowing. The story can be found on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, PDP neck under pressure as INEC validates Wike-backed secretary. And that's on page 2. NFIU probes 48 billion naira suspicious transfers to Dubai, Hong Kong. And that's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. The lead story this morning reads, fresh $24 billion borrowing may balloon Nigeria's debt to 183 trillion naira. And it has a rider, NAS set to approve Tinubu's loan request. Foreign debt nears $70 billion. Economists worry over high debt servicing. That story is on page 17 of the Punch newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Guardian newspaper, the lead story, fresh loans may push Nigeria's debt to 182 trillion naira. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And finally, on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, after 1 year, PDP neck finally meets. The story can be found on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And those are the stories across the front pages of some of our national dailies this morning. All right, joining me on the show this morning is our in-house analyst, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning, Chukwemeka.
Good morning, Tolu.
All right, let us start from the story, which is, of course, The story you can find on every front page this morning. Fresh, and I'll be picking from the Punch newspaper now. Fresh $24 billion borrowing may balloon Nigeria's debt to 183 trillion naira. And it has a rider, NAS set to approve Tinubu's loan request. Foreign debt nears $70 billion. Economists worry over high debt servicing. Nigeria's public debt is set for another significant jump as President Tinubu requested the National Assembly's approval to secure fresh foreign loans amounting to about $24.14 billion at the prevailing official exchange of 1,583 naira 74 kobo per dollar. The proposed borrowing would add approximately 38.24 trillion naira to the existing debt stock, potentially pushing Nigeria's total public debt from 144.67 trillion naira at the end of 2024 to over 182.91 trillion naira by 2026. The fresh borrowing is composed of $21.5 billion, 2.19 billion euros, and 15 billion yen. Using, the latest exchange rates, they analyzed how much per euro is 1.1381, and a yen is $0.0068. In total, the new loan amounts to an estimated $24.14 billion. And when converted at the official rate of the dollar, the naira equivalent of these loans comes to 38.24 trillion naira. And as of December 31, 2024, Nigeria's total public debt stood at 144.67 trillion naira, according to data from the Debt Management Office. Now, the approval was sent to the National Assembly. The president sent the approval to sent letters to the National Assembly to request for the approval just yesterday. And, this was read at the floor of the National Assembly. The House of Representatives Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, read the letters of the president. Here we are again at a very critical time when Nigeria is struggling to be economically stable. What does this fresh borrowing mean for the economy?
Well, when you look at what is surprising to me there is that a lot of Nigerians still believe that we still have democracy. You understand? You just read out something that he has been taken to NAS and they are said to approve. No question. You understand? I have had, when I was growing up, I have listened to presidents making speeches telling us that when we remove fuel subsidy, we stop borrowing, we use the proceeds to do many things and blah, blah, blah. Now we have removed fuel subsidy. Where are the proceeds? We have removed fuel subsidy. We are still borrowing even more than when we had fuel subsidy. The country is doomed. I'm sorry to say this. Because the money we are owing, $180 trillion, not naira. Because there are no checks and balances any longer. If there are checks and balances, when the president brings such request for more loan, it should be scrutinized. What do you need the money for? Why must you ask for this money? No, we cannot approve it. But when the NAS and the executive, they are in the same bed, the country is really in problem. This is not a sharing news. Because you just mentioned something right now about high debt servicing. And we know what it means to be servicing our debt as a country. The profligacy of the government is what is pushing us into this. We're not talking of budget as deficit and all. Look, when you want to run a country, that's why I keep asking this question, and nobody has given me an answer. Do they run their own private companies the way they run Nigeria? Because Nigeria is in trouble. Buhari borrowed and borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. No question, because no accountability to anybody. Tinubu is now borrowing again. And making more requests. And the proceeds of fuel subsidy removal, where are they? Tomorrow, every day we hear such and such money has been returned to Nigeria. Where are they? When we bring when this money monies are realized, what do we do with them? Why must we continue to borrow? Cost of governance is bloating. We are not even looking at how to run. The masses keep on making sacrifices. The leaders are not making any one. Because if you know we are in a dire situation financially, it must show in the lifestyle of our leaders. But it's not showing. I don't know why we started this discussion this morning with this kind of story. Because it's depressing. We have not come out of where we are, and we are still entering, because nobody is going to question the president. If Nigeria is a country where when you finish serving, they say bring you back to come and give account, I don't think our leaders will be borrowing as if money is going out of. And let me tell you something, Tolu. Do you know that this money we are collecting left, right, and center? Do you know we have become slaves? Modern slaves are no longer in chain; they are all in debt. We have become slaves. Now, we are promised, yesterday was Children's Day. You go and read the speech of the president. You talk about securing their future. Do you secure the future of our children by embezzling that future? Do you secure it by handcuffing them with trillions and trillions of debts upon their hands? Which future are we securing? I don't know how we are going to come out of this, because this country is in a mess financially. Because there is no way we keep on running government this way. Buhari did it. And you told us you inherited almost empty treasury. And yes, you are still doing something that Buhari, even more than what Buhari did. My question this morning, where are the proceeds of subsidy removal? Because we have had it several times that, when we remove subsidy, we have a lot of money to develop critical infrastructure. That's the thing we normally hear, critical infrastructure. This one they are borrowing, is it for critical what? And our children are suffering from malnutrition. Hospitals are in shambles. Nobody's looking at hospitals. What are we borrowing them this thing for? Is it to consume on the lifestyle of our leaders? I'm not against borrowing if it is for production. Every business person must borrow to fund his business. But when you are borrowing and people are not seeing the result of the borrowing, it becomes a problem. What are we borrowing this money for? We talk of malnutrition. UNICEF has been crying that Nigerian children are malnourished. What is government doing in that direction? Hospitals, our leaders still go abroad for medical checkup. Where are they? This money you are borrowing, is it to fix the hospitals? Or is it to fix the roads? Is it to fight insurgency that is exploding and growing almost every corner like mushroom? So what are we doing? With the money they are borrowing, is it for what? That is the consequence of having the legislation and the executive. I'm not saying that you are elected to fight the executive, but the question is, there must be checks and balances which has been eroded. That's why every president that comes will look for a Man Friday he will use as a Senate president. You know what I mean by Man Friday? Somebody that will do your bidding. Anything you want him to do, he do. Anything you... And Obasanjo started it. He laid the foundation. That's why many Nigerians that are in the know of how far we are degenerating still blame Obasanjo. 1999, because if he had allowed the Senate, or if you had allowed robust engagement between the executive and the Senate, we will not be where we are today. Tinubu will not bring somebody like Akpabio to be there. Akpabio will not be in this. They will ask questions, but Obasanjo started it by removing Okadibo. Okadibo was a Senate president, a man that had his own mind. You can't bully him. You can't push him around. Obasanjo didn't want it. He wanted somebody that when he brings anything, the person will approve, even with his eyes closed. That's where the thing has degenerated to this level. Look at what Ahmed Lawan said when he was the Senate president under Buhari that he will sign anything that Buhari brought to his table, even with his eyes closed. What does that tell you? There's no longer checks and balances. And that's why we are having today. These people are set already. Anything that comes from Tinubu, Ababio will sign it. Without asking question, is it for the good of the people? Because it's no longer about the people. The people have been thoroughly abrogated, as far as I'm concerned. We are in a mess, Tulu. And they keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. And we are promising our children bright future. Which future? Future that is already embezzled, future that is full of debt. Look, when a father dies and leaves a lot of debts for his children, do you think the children will be happy with that father? They won't be happy. Because you left nothing for us, only to be paying for what you consumed.
All right, you can join the conversation this morning by calling the phone lines 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or call 0916-893-2000, 0916-893-2000. You can also call 0915-333-4893. 0915-333-4893. Those are the phone lines for you to call to be a part of the show. Drop your comments on our Facebook page this morning at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Drop your comments right there and we'll be sure to take them. And you can drop your WhatsApp messages as well on 0915 4999893, 0915 4999893. Drop your WhatsApp message on that line and we'll be sure to take your message as well this morning. I actually wanted us to, take a look at the speech of the president for Children's Day. Just to that part, let's take a look at that speech and what exactly it means for the Nigerian children.
Well, like I said yesterday, the president made the right speech. He said a lot of things about the children. But if you let me tie it down to what we are talking about this morning about borrowing. You are promising children bright future, and that future is already in ruin, in debt. So what future do they have? Now we have. How do you protect Nigerian children without providing for the parents? Look, UN. We have this UN Convention on the right of the child. Now we have a lot of things contained in that, about 12 of them. Now the child rights, as outlined in the convention on the rights of the child. Number one, the right to develop to their full potentials. The right to develop to their full potentials. With this kind of economy we have in Nigeria, will they develop to their full potentials? The right to relax and play is contained in that UN Convention, about 54 articles. The right to relax and play. Where in Nigeria will a child today relax and play? Where there is insecurity, kidnapping all over the place. The right to freedom of expression. Where will the Nigerian child have that freedom of expression? The right to an education. Where is that right today for a Nigerian child? The right to sufficient standard of living. The child is not working. It's the parents that will provide for that living. Where is that standard of living? The right to be safe from violence. Nigeria is a violent state. So the Nigerian child is not safe. The right to protection of identity. They're all contained in that article. Which of them can you look at now and say, oh, Nigerian children are enjoying any of this? You see, the convention made a lot of provisions. And one thing again is that, I want us to look at the malnutrition. UNICEF has been shouting on top of the roof that Nigerian children are malnourished, especially in the north. Now we look at the children street begging, hawking, and predators and unmotivated teachers. Because if students are not motivated, it will have a ripple effect on the children. I want you to put your mind back to, let's walk back into time. Some of the things that played out in Lagos State when teachers were, we know a lot of children that were involved in the teachers beating children, even some of them dying and everything, unmotivated teachers. Now, what what do you think is most of our children now are in IDP camps? Yes, most of them in IDP camps. What future will a child and what potential will a child in IDP camp provide? What kind of potential will he have? It's stunted already. So the most important thing, if you are truly, if you truly want to protect the future of Nigerian children, you create an enabling environment for their parents to thrive. You look at the policies you have just made and find that these things, any policy that is taking the parents away from the children will have a ripple effect on the children, because parents are on the run, chasing what the children will eat, because what they are used to is no longer what is happening. That's why the children are very vulnerable. That's why they are left. That's why we have children hawking on the street of everywhere today, because the parents must make ends meet. Now, malnutrition and street begging. If you doubt what I'm saying, go to Mobile around 10 or 11 this morning and see if children will not accost you and ask for something. So what kind of children are we giving? What kind of future are we giving these children? That's the question. What kind of future are we giving them? So it is if the president wants to eradicate bullying and protect Nigerian children, the state is already bullying the parents. So if the parents must be, the parents are already endangered species. So they cannot afford to provide for the children. Only very few parents. Most Nigerians are vulnerable, and it will have effect on the children. I said it yesterday, that where there is crisis, where there's a problem, whether economic problem or war situation, women and children suffer most. And remember that women are very close to the children. So if women are suffering, how do you think they will have time for the children? It will not. So you make a policy that will not undermine what I call it, families. When families are undermined, children bear the brunt. So the right species have been made. What is the way forward? The government must provide an enabling environment. I doubt if it will happen, because if I said it yesterday, when I was growing up, we had our parents. When you come back from school, your mother will be at home. That's the normal thing. They will ask you, what did you learn in school today? Blah, blah, blah. You come and everything. And the father is out there, because man is a hunter. He goes out to look for what the family will eat. The mother, but today, go to most families, the father and the mother, they are not there. What brought it? The policy of the government has chased them away from home. They are looking for what the children will eat. A lot of people, their husbands are abroad, leaving the woman here to battle with raising up the child alone. What chased the man away? Economic policy. The man ran away and went to Canada, America to do for money, and the wife is here with the children. And God did not design children to be raised up by a single parent. It's a dysfunctional family. God didn't plan it. He planned it in such a way that man and woman will take care of their children and raise them up to the glory of God. Is it happening today? It's not happening again. And even those where father and mother are together, early in the morning, they have run away. What is chasing them? They are going to, if economy is okay, the man can afford to tell the wife, oh, my dear, can you walk from this time to this time so that we take. Many parents have abandoned their children because of economic policy, and we are promising children bright future. Which future? That's the question. Tolu, and even the ones that are in IDP camp, what future is in IDP camp? I was once a refugee during the Biafran Civil War. I was a child, and we are in a refugee, what you call IDP camp today. Nothing. What you have there are lies, hunger, starvation, malnutrition. That's what you have in IDP camp. Not to talk of, I was in a camp. There was no schooling. Nothing at all. You don't even know what. In fact, you will lose sight of. You will lose. You won't even know dates again. Whether it is Monday or Tuesday, you don't even know. All you know that your life is just going on. You are just existing. Is that what you are promising our children? Bright future. Most of them are still in IDP camp. Governor of Benue State, Reverend Hassan Alli, is he crying that he doesn't know what to do again over insecurity? A lot of children and women are being killed. Is that a bright future? The government must do the needful. Nigeria is bleeding. This is not what we are promised. Honestly speaking, I'm a Nigerian and I love this country. If you have ever traveled out of Africa, you know that Nigeria is blessed. That's why I get angry with people disturbing God in prayer. Come and help. God cannot come and help Nigeria. He has given us what it takes for us to be a beacon. We are the one who refuse to help ourselves. When it comes for election now, religion and ethnicity will come in. We forget all our suffering. Nigeria does not need. We don't need politicians again. We need statesmen. And like I said yesterday, politician is always interested in the next election. They are not statesmen. Statesmen are interested in the next generation. If we plan for them, go and read this book. I keep recommending it for for people like you. From Third World to the First by Lee Kuan Yew. Go and read that book. You will understand what it takes to build a state. A man sacrificed himself. He didn't care. He even probed his lieutenants. He probed them when they mess up with the state. But today, what do we see? We see people come and make platitudes, make speeches. They know that it's not tenable. That's why I keep telling Nigerians, let us not look for a politician to vote in the next. Let's look for statesmen, men and women who will think of next generation. If you are thinking of next generation, you won't handcuff the present generation with debts. You won't. You'll be thinking of the next generation. How are they going to live? If we die and go, will they continue? Will there be Nigeria in existence? That's the question a statesman will ask, not a politician. A politician is only interested in the next election. And Nigerians must not look again for politicians. Let's look for statesmen. People who make speeches, you will understand from what they are saying, that they are thinking of the future. Nigerian leaders don't think of the future. They don't delay gratification for the future of the children. They embezzle the present and the future together.
0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, or 0915-333-4893. 0915-333-4893. Those are the phone lines for you to call to be a part of the show this morning.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903-936-8185. Call Toby on 0803-509-3394. Yomi on 0706-616-5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Welcome back. It's still Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM. Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is George. I'm calling you from Olobore.
Welcome to the show.
Yesterday morning, I listened to your station from beginning to the end. My spirit was livened by the programs you brought out for our youth, our children. In fact, especially when the young ones were speaking, if they are to be president, one day president, children of secondary school. I was listening and tears was coming out of my eyes because of the thoughts within my mind. I thank you for the programs you are bringing out to us. And I pray that God should actualize the yearning of this young one yesterday.
Amen.
Now, this morning, look at the first item we are having. It's so disheartening. I don't know where and what made us to have these people as our leaders today. And my prayer this morning is that God should please intervene because we are not having anything good at all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, or 0915-333-4893. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Alice in the studio. Divine Power to sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir. See, as regard that today is a word on guarding, but what you also read today that about the loan, do you take loan for recurrent expenditure? We take loan for production, infrastructure, invest in assets that will generate value. So, President Tinubu don't request him as reckless and harmful to this country because the governor continued borrowing and he cannot prove to Nigeria what they are doing with the borrowing. This is what happened when those in government are self-serving rather than people elected. They should explain to us because if you don't care about their future, we care about the future leaders of this country. This borrowing is too much. That's my own submission. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for calling on the show, Sulaiman Cherry from Onwara. Now let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper, where PDP is saying to the president that insecurity and economy on worsening under his watch. But let's pick this call first. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, 1 second. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. This is Salami. I'm calling from Awaton.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Madam, there's fire on the mountain now. Because I'm sorry to say, I'm not a prophet of doom. That our president is seeking another $24.1 billion. Madam, it's alarming. Believe me sincerely. Now, the question is, where are the promises of Mr. President that with the first subsidy removal, Nigeria will not need to borrow again? So even the borrowing is now the first subsidy removal is now more than even when we were subsidizing for. So it therefore means that the president just used the first subsidy removal to enrich the state governors, because now the state's allocation has increased astronomically with virtually nothing to show for it other than painting of road and painting the city red, whereas the masses are suffering. And I don't think it has happened in the history of this country where a leader borrowed $24.1 billion at a single stretch. What we have always had was $4.5 billion, $600 million, this and that. But when we are talking of $24.1 billion, a whopping amount of the honestly speaking, I don't understand. And if you look at the trend, this is President Tinubu's style. Look at the debt profile of Lagos State. Lagos State alone has about 27% of total debt of state governors. Lagos State alone. And that's, borrowing, and nothing to show for it. May God deliver Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your
It's
contribution.
appalling.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. This is calling from Alakia.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ma'am. This excessive borrowing by the APC federal government is really getting out of hand because the various money borrowed is not being felt in the nation economy. So when exactly can we really get it right in this country? So it seems there is nothing we can say that can stop them from doing what they want to do. That won't even benefit with the masses. We keep borrowing. Yes, we are hungry because all because we are not producing locally. They should please all this money they keep borrowing. They should use it to stabilize the economy now. I know the other way around. They shall mercy on us. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Hello. I'm so sorry. That line is not clear enough. Please do well to call back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Toluwaleke calling from Bodija.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, one would think that with the way the federal government keeps borrowing, our economy would get better. But it's so sad that the reverse is the case. It's more like the money they are borrowing, they are just using it to enrich themselves, to enrich just a circle of people, which is not good at all. It is not good. It's not encouraging. So I would have just want to admonish the federal government that they should please look into this hunger of a thing that is affecting this nation. The economy is so bad that most people can rarely feed 3 times a day now. So to look into this before, because see, the truth is, someone who is hungry is angry. Before things get out of hand, they should look into it and do better. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Now back to the story. PDP to Tinubu, insecurity, economy worsening under your watch. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please switch off your radio set.
Okay, this is Aderonke from Muslim.
Welcome to the show, Aderonke.
Yeah, concerning borrowing, it's so sad that the federal government, after the removal of fuel subsidy, that they say Nigeria will no longer have to borrow to run the country. Where is the money saved from fuel subsidy that is out to be used to improve infrastructure, education, healthcare, and create jobs? I think by now, after the removal of fuel subsidy, we should have enough resources to fund development without relying on debt. Seriously, it's just like they are lying to. So borrowing, we know that more borrowings are beautiful, but when it's being used judiciously, but under this administration, they are just borrowing for consumption. That's my own take.
All right, thank you so much for your take this morning. I'll take some of that story. Against all odds, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, yesterday held its 99th National Executive Committee, NEC meeting, where it expressed worry over the worsening insecurity and dwindling state of the economy under President Bola Tinubu's watch. It also accused the All Progressives Congress, APC, of attempting to stifle opposition parties and turn Nigeria into a one-party state. Also, the party's NEC yesterday said it will consider the resolution of the Southeast Caucus at its meeting slated for June 30, 2025. All of these were resolutions contained in a communique issued at the end of the meeting held in Abuja. The NEC meeting saw the PDP leadership express serious concerns over the state of the nation under the Tinubu administration.
It is not anything that has to do with PDP or whatever party or APC. I look at all of them as the same. They have all disappointed Nigerians because they are politicians, they are not statesmen. Their love for this country is suspect. Because lust for power is the genetic material flowing in their veins, not to better the loss of Nigerians. PDP, people are still believing that PDP is the opposition. No. The opposition on the ground now are the people. If the people decide what should be the fate of anybody that wants to contest, the people will decide. And this idea of, our votes will not count. No. I don't want that. You know, they toy with the idea of if you don't vote, you go to jail. And that thing was a ploy for Nigerians not to even come out. Now they have withdrawn it. Nigerians will do well if they come out to vote. Let nobody deceive you. It's not about party this time around. It's not about party. It's about, that's why people that are defecting and coming back and jumping here and there, I just smile. Because at the end of the day, it's no longer about party. You are shadow. God is wonderful. God created human beings to have shadows. And your shadow will follow. What is shadow? Shadow, I watch something on the Facebook. Children they didn't know what shadow is. They show a lot of children trying to run away from their shadow. You can't run away from your shadow. You can't. So Nigerians should shine their eyes, like we used to say in the street parlance. This time around, it's not about a political party. It's about an individual. What have you done with the country? What have you done? What is your antecedent? What is your past? You can't run away from your shadow. People that are, anywhere you go today, you see groupings. At the end of the day, their coalitions will come, but the coalition of Nigerians are the most vital coalition. Because Nigerians are the ones receiving everything. They are receiving end of everything that is wrong in this country. So it's not about groupings. This party, they have not had their neck meeting. We are not talking of neck meeting or no neck meeting. Nigerians are going to have their own neck meeting with their voters card. Yes, that is why I keep on every platform where I'm invited. Nigerians, keep your PVC, because that is your neck meeting. That is your power. That is what you have. And you must not vote this time around according to religion or ethnicity. We are Muslim ticket, which when he came on board, this one is the best. Half market. Where are we today? It's not about religion. It's not about ethnicity. It's about who will make Nigeria a livable place. It's about somebody. Because Nigeria, I was asking one man a question. He called me, he said, Chukwuemeka, do you know it appears that this country is like a stone's throw to hell? Imagine a man saying so. I say, no, do you know where hell is? He said he doesn't know where hell is. But it's like Nigeria is just a stone throw. Imagine a man saying that kind of thing. So this time around, we have learned our lesson. The question is, vote according to your conscience, not ethnicity or religion.
Let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
This is Miriam from Odejai.
Welcome to the show, Miriam.
Thank you. As regards the debt again, sincerely, increasing our debt ratio amidst the economic crisis will only cripple the economy the more. And it's even a pity that there is little or nothing to show for the previous one. This is why I will call on the federal government to please prioritize our economy by diversification. They should try to diversify the economy so as to boost growth and development and reduce the rate at which we depend on loans. Because we really cannot continue like this. They can't keep doing things the same way and expect different results. That's one thing more.
All right, thank you so much.
Tolu, there is an unceasing longing for a new Nigeria. Nigerians are yearning for a new country. You understand? And this time around, our new country will not be determined by the ethnicity or religion of the person that will take us to where we are going. Religion has now been, religion and ethnicity, that is the exact tool. Is a monster. Tribalism, religion, they are monsters that have held Nigeria. But now we are learning. If somebody comes from any part of this country, as far as he's a Nigerian, and is a statesman or a stateswoman, I still believe that women have a lot to do in this country. But we have not given them the chance. If a woman comes out today to contest for anything in Nigeria, Chukwuemeka Munachiso will give her my vote. Let's try them, because men have messed up the whole place. Look at what we are talking today. So let's leave PDP and all these parties. I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking of people who will come and redeem this country. We have people. It's not that, we have elites. They say they are elites. You are elite, and all your idea is just send your children to school, make money, and go on. But when you are a big man living among poor people, hungry people, you are even in trouble.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Sheriff is coming.
Welcome back.
Thank you. See, our guest was right. We Nigerians, we need to change our mindset. Anytime we want to vote, we should not vote because of religious sentiment. ethnicity something or other things, because these politicians use religion and ethnicity to divide us, which is very wrong. We should vote according to our conscience. When we want to, we should look for competence, good character, and integrity. And not only that, we should go and check the candidate antecedent as well, because always speak volume. So may God guide us right. That's my own submission.
Amen. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. All right, let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, where the federal government has ordered 3-year ban on candidates caught cheating in public exams. The federal government has ordered all public examination bodies in Nigeria to henceforth ban any student involved in examination malpractice for sitting for any external examinations in the country for at least 3 years to serve as deterrent. The Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, who gave the directive, particularly noted that students caught cheating during examinations conducted by WAEC, NECO, NABTEB, among others, should be barred for 3 years using the instrumentality of the National Identification Number.
That's a very good one. Very, very good. We should clap for government for this. But then, there must also be a ban for politicians who went into office and they didn't deliver what they promised the people to do. There must be 5 years ban for them not to take part in politics. There must be ban for people who do budget padding. There must be ban for people who inflate contracts. There must also be ban. Look, Tolu, I hate to hear this kind of thing. It is not. That's why they came up with the idea of if you don't vote, you go to jail 6 months or you pay 100 naira fine. What of those we voted into power and they didn't do what they said they would do? What happens to them? This ban is good. Yes, our children, cheating is not good if you cheat. But what of politicians who cheat us? Who will give our votes and yet they don't do anything? How many years ban are they going? Which institution will ban them? Those who snatch ballot boxes. Those who employ our youth to go and kill in the name of us of politics. How many years ban are we going to place on them? What of those that we voted into power? You say you will build bridge. You didn't build any bridge. You say our children will have free education. They didn't have education. You say you do the. How many years ban are we going to put upon their head? That is the way the country should go. Not just banning children. Where did they learn? My people have a proverb that when a mother goat is chewing grass, the kids will be looking at the mouth. So they know which grass to chew and where did they learn? Our children that are cheating in the exam, where do they learn it? We cheat as in voting. We inflate. Where did they learn this thing? Who taught to them? The good book said the fathers have eaten sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge. Who taught to them? We taught to them. So if you are placing a ban on them, what of those who taught to them? Put a ban on politicians who will come and make empty promises. Put a ban on people that collected palliative and they kept it in their warehouses. They didn't give to the people. Which ban is on them? Which ban is on people who have their political age different from their biological age? Which ban is on them for lying to the people? Which ban? So if you want to put a ban on everybody. That if Chukwuemeka, I come out and say that I'm 34 years old, if I'm and I'm almost and I'm above 60, then put a ban on me that I have lied to the people over my age. I shouldn't contest again. Which ban? So let's have ban all over the place. Then the country will be good.
Okay, but the president, in a story in the Punch newspaper, say he has pledged that there's no safe haven for corruption.
There is safe
in
Nigeria. Look, there is safe haven everywhere. In fact, Nigeria is even a safe haven.
He said that his administration will ensure that every stolen asset is recovered.
Forget about recovery. We've been recovering things. Where are those things recovered? We've been recovering. You say there is safe haven. Why did they deport this man from Saudi Arabia? Nigeria is a safe haven for him now. That's why he came down here, and that's why he'll be jumping from bush to bush, hobnobbing with terrorists, and nobody has called him to order. Now he went to Saudi Arabia, they deported him because they said they don't want this kind of character here. Nigeria is a safe haven. Who told you there's no safe haven? They are safe. Nigeria is, in fact, a capital of safe haven. So what are we saying? Let's tell ourselves the good. You see why I'm saying this? I'm a Christian, and my conscience will not permit me to come and be lying to the people. Look, Tolu, the book said, if we will know the truth will set us free. We know the truth. Nigeria is a safe haven. Why is it that when the people, most of these people, how many of them will travel abroad? They can't, because if you go there, they'll bring you back. Nigeria is a safe haven. If Nigeria is not a safe haven, where are those who National Security Advisor said it's unfortunate that some of the arms procured end up in the hands of non-state who has been prosecuted? Nigeria is a safe haven. Now, Adams Oshomole said that it's unfortunate that the ex-generals are the one mining our solid minerals. How many of them have been brought to book? Nigeria is their safe haven. Now, the former governor of Bayelsa State said that oil bunkering is not done by Ijaw people, but by people who live in Abuja and state capitals and all over the world. Nigeria is their safe haven. Who told you that Nigeria is not a safe haven? It's a safe haven.
All right. On Facebook, Adekune Christiana says, good morning and well done. Ademola Okunlola says, beautiful morning to you. The rate at which this APC-led administration keeps borrowing is alarming. Assuming the money borrowed is used to stabilize the economy, it would have been better. But instead, the economy keeps getting worse. The federal government should do better and tackle hunger in the land. May God deliver Nigeria. All right, Suleiman Sharif says, good morning and kudos to everyone. When subsidy was removed, President Tinubu-led APC government said, after we remove fuel subsidy, Nigeria will no longer have to borrow to run the country. The money saved from subsidy will be used to improve infrastructure, education, healthcare, and create jobs. There will be enough resources to fund development without relying on debt. Who is deceiving who? What a deceitful government. All right, thank you for your comments this morning, Suleiman Sharif, on Facebook. Now, let's pick this final story, which I think in a way concerns Nigerians as well. President Trump has ordered U.S. embassies to stop student visa interviews. United States President Donald Trump has ordered American embassies to stop the scheduling of new student visa interviews as his administration moves to expand social media vetting for international applicants.
Yeah, you know why that came on board? America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. When you go there, you are free to actualize your potentials as an individual. And most of these people that are coming into America are coming from countries where people are not even allowed to express themselves. And when they come to America and they see that, oh, you have freedom of expression, most of them misuse it. Most of them go into campuses and become overnight activists because they want to draw attention, especially people coming from the Middle East. That's why America is putting his feet down. You know, Trump once said that it's only hell that has no border. That when it's only that when you come to a country, you can't come to a man's country and begin to behave the way you like. Like people, Nigeria is not. In fact, Nigeria that's why I said Nigeria is a safe haven for all manner of human beings that can come here and do all nonsense and we live there. If Nigeria is not a safe haven, the military told us that those killing Nigerians, that they are foreign headers, they are still killing. So Nigeria is a safe haven for them because what they do in Nigeria, they cannot do it in other countries. Go and check what happened to Lobby ethnic group in Ivory Coast. How they chase away these foreign headers. Go and check what they did. You will marvel. So back to what Trump did. I support Trump. If you come to a country to study and go back to your country. You don't come to campuses and turn campuses into something else because you want to attract attention to yourself. It's because of what is playing out in most of the campuses. Hamas went to attack Israel. Israel was on its own. October 7, 2023. Now, Israel has taken revenge. And they are still fighting till today. Nobody has asked Hamas, release the hostages so that these people will stop this war. You brought this war upon these people. Now, most of the campuses in America have taken it upon themselves. But are you supposed to be in America as an activist? You came as a student. Study your book and go back to where you're. Some of these things they are doing in America, they can't even do it in their own country. They can't do it. Because the countries are under strict control. But in America, you come there, instead of you to read your book and go back to where you're coming from, you turn the campus into a place to protest, to cause confusion. That's why Trump said, no, you can't come here and disrupt our system. Go back to where you're coming from. If we do the same thing in Nigeria, if our military will wake up and say, oh, because they have told us that foreign headers are here, killing Nigerians. If they wake up and say, enough is enough, go back to where you're coming from, do we blame them? No. So that's what Trump is doing, and that's what he has pledged to do. America first. So you don't blame him. He wants to keep America safe. If you come from the Middle East and you want to study in American campuses, you are free to come. But when you come, don't bring in your baggages. Don't bring in things that will disrupt the system in America. That's what the man is saying, and I support him. America is not Nigeria. Somebody will come from Sudan and be coming here and be killing people. Somebody will come from Futajello Mountain and be killing people, and we keep quiet. No, you don't run a country that way. If you love your country, you must protect the territorial integrity of your country and the people living inside it. So Trump has not committed any crime.
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me, Tolu. May God save Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of the show this morning. Until tomorrow, and Perspectives Unlimited will come again to your hearing. Whatever you find yourself, whatever it is that you find yourself doing, ensure that you put Nigeria out there in good light. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am Toluwaleke Alli.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.